Welcome to Martini time, the happy time of the day. Let's see what my little frog, golden ball of insight my frog will bring up from the pond. Do you remember that story of the little frog and the princess? Well, here he is, you see. The frog is a mythical, threshold being in mythology who is able to dive into the unconscious and come up with the golden ball of insight or wisdom, you see, which is buried in the pond of unconscious. Isn't that interesting? So, all right, let's connect the dots in what's in the news today. And what's in the news is Cosby and Kavanaugh and Trump. So let's connect some dots. That's the way I understand the larger map of the world, of our society, by connecting the dots in the news, because that's what's bubbling up to the surface of the pond. So if we connect the dots of things popping up on the pond, we come up with an insight from the unconscious. We come up with a larger picture of understanding, like you get when you get a little picture of dots and numbers on it, and you connect the dots, and oh, it's a donkey. You see? Well, what's bubbling on the surface of our news are the dots, and we want to know what the donkey is, what the picture is, you see. So let's connect a few dots. I just pulled this off. I got this some years ago at, I forgot where I got it, but it's a Mayan mask. A Mayan mask, or maybe Aztec, I think but you see there's a face coming out from behind a mask. You see, he's coming out through the mouth from behind the mask. And so Cosby went to jail today. Now, to me, Cosby is a perfect example of the mask or persona. This is a young term. A persona is the self-image in which we live that we show to society. So Cosby showed his persona of a lovable father, humorist, and teacher, moral authority for black people. That was his persona. But you see, it was like a persona is like a hospital gown. And you know, a hospital gown is closed in the front. That's what you see. Might have all kinds of pretty pictures on it. But if you turn around, you see your ass. And here's the way nature works. According to Avatar, the mother restores balance. So in crafting my persona, if I just allow good things in my persona, moral things, perfect things, I'm so good, you see. Nature restores balance. So all that I reject in the front of my gown is going to come out in the back of the gown. So the greater my moral purity in the front, the greater my immorality in the back. You see, that restores balance. That's the way it works. The greater the perfection in the front, the greater the hidden perfection in the back. But then you see what happens in our crafting of our persona. We reach a point, no telling where that point is, where we believe the front, and we can't even be conscious of the backside. So the imperfection that we deny in ourselves doesn't go away. It gets projected out onto our enemies. And now I'm Moby Dick, chasing the immorality of the world when it's coming out of the backside of my hospital gown. And the more I chase it, with the more fervor I chase it, you see, making my front stronger, the stronger my enemy gets. It's like an enema tube going from my backside to the enemy, you see. So the stronger I get, the stronger the enemy gets. It's very interesting the way that works. And so, connecting dots, we have Mr. Kavanaugh. Now, I'm not getting into guilt or innocence or whatever. But it is becoming apparent that he has a public persona of a Catholic, Jesuit, moral, judge, family man, perfect, the perfect candidate. And yet, something's coming out the backside. We don't know what yet, but something's coming out. The expose of his prep school days, his college days. Little farts are coming out, you see. And then we have Trump, the greatest con man of America. You know, his public persona got him elected. Strong, intuitive, businessman, rich, clean the swamp, man on a horse, coming into the Western hero, coming in to clean up society and restore order, restore moral values, restore Christian values, put God back in the schools and in the church and get rid of abortion and gay marriage and bring about the kingdom of God on earth, you see, say the evangelicals. He's our man. He's going to bring about the promised land that no one else will be able to do. That's his persona. But now we see the backside. You know, we see the mask, we see the face behind the mask. It's very evident. But like the persona who identifies with the persona, the people who identify with the persona can't see the backside either. The most powerful con man, the most effective con man, is one who does not doubt his con. He believes the con right to the end, right up to death. He doesn't give in and confess the con. Always the hope that at the last instant, because of his strength of his belief in his persona, that he will be reprieved. You see. I remember Eddie Murphy movies. You know, he would come on the con man. He would take on a con. You know, and he would play it to such strength that everybody else would finally fold and say, "Okay, you're right. You are. You know, I believe you." You see. So the salesman cannot show any doubt in his product, in his persona, which is a product. A persona is a product. We're selling our self-image. Mad Men. Beautiful morality play of the persona with a hospital gown backside of unworthiness and the fear of being exposed, the fear of having his persona crumble like the digital image on a TV when a satellite image is up. You see, begins to breathe. They're terrified. We're terrified that our social image, our crafted persona, our religious moral image, our image of the mother or the father or whatever our crafted image is, we're terrified that we'll be exposed for being unworthy and exposed for being a fraud, exposed for being weak and helpless, you see. Men have a masculine persona and they're terrified of being weak, exposed. And so they exaggerate their persona in order to create a stronger persona, a masculine image, you see. So they become overzealous masculine, you see. So anytime somebody is overzealous, you can realize that they're protecting the backside of their hospital gown. So anyway, connecting dots, I find it interesting that we're really exposing the fault line of our modern civilization, which is modernity, our secular, humanistic, rational, scientific civilization that has created all of our good stuff, you see, creates the image man. And this is particularly evident now with the 50 years of TV, 50 years of advertising, 50 years of the image man. Apple, Steve Jobs sold his Macs by selling the Mac as an original man, the natural man. PC was the image man, the IBM man, the robot man, the Big Brother man, you see. And Republicans sell Republicans on that. Republicans are natural men. Republicans have integrity and authenticity. How those elite liberals, inauthentic, effete aristocrats, latte drinking, flip-floppers, you see. Not natural, civilized men. We're uncivilized. We're rugged Western men. We know how to ride a horse and shoot a gun. Those girly men don't know how to do that. You see, it's all image. It's all image. Persona, you see. Thanks for dropping in.